This is a student council fundraiser, which means this is student council money, and you're not on student council. I'm commandeering the cash, Nimbus. The money is being redirected to the school helper fund. But Josh, said Niles, school helper is a volunteer position. Doing the job doesn't really cost any money, so Nimbus, said Josh, the only reason I'm not handing you a detention right now is professional courtesy for a former school helper. The school helpers can't hand out detentions, said Niles. Now they can. Josh pulled out a stack of pink slips from his pocket. He fanned through them. Boom. Niles frowned. Anyways, said Josh, I told you, I'm not here to talk. I shouldn't be helping the school. So, Holly, if you'll please hand over the money. Not going to happen. Josh grabbed the handle. So did Holly. Well, said Josh, I guess we should take this matter to the principal. He's also my grandfather. I guess we should, said Holly. With her free hand, Holly put up a sign that said, Bake sale closed. Back soon. Holly and Josh marched down to Barkin's office, carrying the cash box between them. Darn, said Scotty, I really wanted some flan. Holly and Josh stood in front of Principal Barkin's desk. They'd each finished telling their side of the story. Josh, said Principal Barkin, please leave. Josh stood up and reached for the cash box. Leave the box, Josh, said Principal Barkin. But grandfather, Principal Barkin winced. Josh tried again. But Principal Barkin, you are dismissed. Holly smirked at Josh while he made his exit. Barkin reclined. He scratched his mustache. He smiled. Holly, he said, I'm glad you came to my office. Me too, said Holly, and thank you, sir. I know Josh is your grandson, but that was ridiculous. He can't just go around taking student council money. Why, of course he can. What? Of course he can. I'm glad he did. Holly, it's my understanding that last year, on a technicality, you defeated my grandson in the race for school president. Am I correct? Yes, of course I am. I respect that, Holly. I always respect a power grab. I don't know if I'd call it but you grabbed power from the wrong person. You grabbed power from a Barkin. Principal Barkin leaned forward and rested his elbows on the desk. You have to understand, Holly. When a Barkin has been a student at this school, he has been class president. That is a tradition of power. It's a tradition you broke with your power grab. And although I respect a power grab, that doesn't mean I like it. I certainly don't like the grabber. Am I being clear? Yes and no, said Holly. Barkin sneered. You have a smart mouth, Holly rash. I don't like that either. But let me give you a little lesson in power. Josh can take the student council's money whenever he wants to. That's stealing. No, that's commandeering. Do you know the difference between commandeering and stealing? When the powerless take, it's stealing. When the powerful take, it's commandeering. But I'm the class president, Holly said. Yes, and Josh is the school helper. That's just some dumb job Niles made up a few years ago. I'm the class president, Holly said. Yes. And Josh is the school helper. That's just some dumb job Niles made up a few years ago. That may be so, but I've recognized the power chart. Do you know what a power chart is, Holly? It's like a diagram that describes the flow of power through a school. Here's the power chart. When school helper was, as you say, just some dumb job. Principal Barkin drew on a legal pad. Principal, class president, powerless students, school helper. Barkin tore off the page and started again. But look at this. Principal, school helper, powerless students, including class president, who's you, Holly Rash. But you can't just redraw a chart and change the way a whole school works, Holly said. Of course I can't, said Principal Barkin. Who's at the top of both charts? Holly sighed. That wasn't a rhetorical question, Holly. Who's at the top? The principal. That's right. The principal. All power at this school flows from the principal, including the power to draw power charts. And now that school helper is such a powerful position, we've needed to create a school helper fund, which will allow Josh to better enforce school rules. We're in something of a state of emergency here, Holly, in case you haven't noticed. Before I came, rules were being broken willy-nilly. It was havoc, and I must restore order. That takes money. But these are funds for the student-parent dinner dance. Barkin leaned farther forward. He was more than halfway across the desk. Yes, he said, the student-parent dinner dance, a silly tradition, and one that has outlived its usefulness. I would have canceled it, but parents love it. In a time of emergency, I can't spend all my day fielding phone calls from angry parents telling me how to run my school. Parents do not run a school. The principal runs a school. Unfortunately, many parents don't understand that. And these are people to whom I loathe speaking. And so I thank you, Holly. Why? Because the cancellation of this year's dinner dance is not on my hands. It's on yours. Holly took a few steps back. How does this sound? Said Barkin, leaning forward even more. I'm afraid the student council failed to raise the funds necessary to hold the dance. Sad, really. And with budget cuts, blah, 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 you get the idea. Now please take this cash box to the cafeteria and hand it over to my grandson. You're dismissed. By the time Holly returned to the big cell table, a long line had formed. Josh was plumping himself up at the front, shining on his medals with his shirt sleeve. Hello, Holly, he said. She handed over the box. Here. Thank you, Madam President, said Josh. He got behind the table and took down the poster Holly had made the night before. Now, he said, I want some cake. Proceeds help me help the school. Scotty stepped up and selected a flan. Scotty, said Holly, don't. That money's just going to go to Josh. Scotty shrugged. I'll pay whoever has the flan. Holly slumped against the wall. What happened in there? Niles asked. Holly said, Principal Invincible canceled the